Hello. So I've had some people asking for a tutorial of this radial quarry that I've designed, and I've just built a small one here on a creative server just to show you how it works and what you need to do. So um, it all starts with the arm down here. You'll have to build an arm for both sides of the quarry for the required diameter you want. On this small one here, this is I think diameter 15, but it all starts on sort of choosing your center point and going from there. So when I started building this, I started with the windmill bearing, the mechanical bearing in the center. There's then a group of drills for the arm. That defines the radius of your quarry. So if you start by building these just above the ground, you can build this as high as you want above the ground and just let it drop down, just so you know you've got the space. You define your radius as to what you want your circle to be, and place a platform. It needs to be too wide. It's got to be too wide so that the quarry will definitely catch all of the blocks. I have this arm moving pretty fast. You can speed it up, but as the arm gets longer, you'll find that it will start to miss blocks, so that's what the 2 rows of drills are for. And yeah, so to break down some more of the parts, on the arm, so redstone contact at the end. Now this is only used every half rotation, so at that point there it takes a signal and that's what descends the machine. On this side here the machine will automatically stop due to the portable storage interface here. I'll just start it up whilst I'm talking. So as it passes here it stops and then goes on its run. Yeah, so the mechanics of it: every time it passes this point, that redstone contact will send a pulse signal through a pulse repeater and into a redstone link. Now in this case that's redstone axle, and that sends the pulse to 2 places. So firstly it sends the pulse here to the powered latch, which will toggle the powered latch and basically stop the machine. So imagine that happening there, and in this case it snaps back. I will say that if you do stop the machine at any point, you need to be careful when you do that, otherwise it can snap forward and you'll miss blocks on that layer. But if I can let that keep going, you'll see how that pulses. So that pulse comes here to redstone axle, or redstone shaft, sorry, and also comes up to the top here to the descent. So that signal redstone shaft comes through. I give it a second just to make sure the machine is stopped, and then that pulses into a sequence gear shift that is set to turn 180 degrees, and that's exactly 1 block drop. And it's just as simple as that: 180 degrees and then end. And then basically I put that in double speed just to speed it up. But you can reverse the direction here. So if your windmill, for example, is turning the other way, which you can do, you can reverse that direction. So the descent is controlled by this small windmill. It can be smaller than this. On the one I built on the multiplayer server, I have a much bigger windmill because I'm using that power to feed into the auto sorting system, which is a little bit further away on the larger quarry. So in terms of up here, once that pulse has come through and triggered, the sequence gear shift, it then also comes over after a short delay. That 4 seconds is to allow the machine to descend. I use that same 4-second timing for my massive quarry. There's no difference in descent time. It then goes to redstone lever. That pulse is all it does is reset that powered latch. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Right now you can see the machine is dropping off items. It stops automatically. There's no logic required for that. Those items are coming up via a chute and into this chest. Any items in that chest basically come out and get pulled into these chests, and you can set these up to sort. If you put a filter on all of these chests and have the end items just drop off into lava, you can say, I want 1 chest of dirt, 1 chest of cobble, and then set this one to not cobble, not dirt, and the rest for all like the same. And basically all the ores and resources will go in here. Anything else can drop off the end and be thrown into a cactus or lava. So it's nice and simple. In terms of other things to show, what I'll do is I'll wait just here. I'll wait for the machine to pass, and you'll see as it descends, we've got the chute continuing down automatically. Okay, now there's no logic required for that. As this machine descends, it powers all of the blocks in the machine. So this deployer, which is obviously just super glued on, is set to only take It should be set to only take chutes. Apparently it works without. But I've got a couple of chutes in this chest. All you need is enough to get down to the lowest levels of bedrock, and it's that simple. As you can see, it's just going through the dirt there. This quarry probably takes about a minute or so per revolution, including descent and drop off. When you're dropping off more items, it wastes about 2 minutes. When the other quarry that I've got takes a lot longer. I've been quite scatty in this tutorial, but I hope I've covered all the points. One more thing to note is that the power source for the actual arm is magma blocks and fans. There's 2 of them working in parallel here, connected via a chain drive. So that's basically putting them both working together, and they're stepped up by 1 speed using these adjustable chain gear shifts. That top line of axles all turning the same way is fed into another chain drive at the bottom, which comes across, and then basically that power is brought across, in this case by a belt, down into the clutch that turns the whole machine on and off. On the larger quarry I've built, I've turned out there's a directional bug with the chain gear drives. So on the other machine I have those 2 blocks, that one below those 2 belts, sorry, replaced by chain drives like that. But it seems to be there's a directional bug whereby when this machine drops, it actually breaks the chain drives. So you can replace that chain drive or the bottom one there with a belt instead, or I guess 2 sets of cogs. But yeah, that's basically the quarry. It does run itself. This would probably take about 2 hours to get all the way down to the bottom. It's quite a small radius. And yeah, so the only other thing is that actually you need to pre-dig the entire center row. For some reason, when this is descending, that drill in the center will not break that block. So it's just 1 line you've got to mine out, and normally doesn't take too long. Okay.